Welcome to the Savageness Podcast.
All right, welcome guys to the Savageness Podcast. Today, I will be hosting it. So many of you guys may be wondering, like, wait, this doesn't sound like Toqeer's voice. Toqeer's not here today. Unfortunately, he's working. So I myself, Chiz, will be running things today. So I've got two guests with me. So if you guys just introduce yourselves, starting with the one on my right.
My name is Usher.
Usher. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Usher. Tell the people who are you. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm into fitness. I'm a student. I'm a YouTuber. I go to university.
He does as well. He's got some very, very good YouTube content as well. He's a aspiring bodybuilder. He's been training for a while, and we're going to be covering his life story today. Some interesting things will be said. And also, on my left, who have we got?
What's good, guys? It's Han. Ooh, I'm still alive, guys.
Yeah,
since the last podcast.
Yeah, the triple OG. So, Han, tell us about yourself. Well, tell us about this week's events, because you tell the people.
Man, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey to a place where we never. It's like I don't even know where it is. Like this place called Rugby. Like what kind of place don't have taxis and Ubers?
It's in the middle of nowhere. So basically, guys, those of you who've been following the podcast, you guys will know that Han had a bodybuilding competition coming up. So he's had two competitions in the last 2 weeks. So it was this weekend we went away to like, it was in the middle of nowhere. Let me tell you that. I didn't even know the place. The place is called Rugby. I had never heard of it. We went there, but there's like no service. There like no Ubers. Like literally in the middle of nowhere. But it was lit. So tell us about your experience, Han. How was it?
To be honest, it's my first natural federation, so it was fun. But like I hope the federation will listen to this. But I'm not doing that federation ever again.
Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah.
That's me being honest, man. It's like I wasn't on stage till like 7 p.m. and I was there till I checked in at 11:30. Who makes you wait like that, man?
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have a very good experience there.
Bro, I was snacking on almond nuts for the whole day. Who does that?
He was hungry and grumpy. Yeah, just hungry and grumpy and tired.
But the overall experience, it was good, But obviously, like I said to majority of my audience and the people that follow me, that event is basically the last time you'll see me in men's physique shorts.
Mm-hmm. He's done with men's physiques. He's moving to bodybuilding now.
Yeah, indeed, man. Should be fun next year.
Yeah, but he did himself very, very well. He did us all proud. He did amazing on stage. There will probably be footage being released on that at some point.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. Next year, he says. But those of you guys who want to follow Han on Insta, Han, give us your Instagram handle.
It's at Rikaki_Katori.
Rikaki_Katori. Check that out, guys. He's got some good content on there. But we've got our main guest today, Usher Rahman. We're going to be covering his inspirational story. He's been through a lot. He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of wisdom to share with us. So Usher, tell us a little bit about yourself. So tell us a little bit more. So we know that you're an aspiring bodybuilder. We know that you do your vlogs on YouTube. We know that you're working and you're a student. But just tell us where you're up to right now in life.
First of all, I would like to say a massive thank you to you guys.
God bless you.
So here's my story. Yeah, I've been through a lot in my life. I had like some hard times. So I really been through a lot. Like for example, during my past like 6-7 years of my life, I've been surrounded by hatred.
Hatred. That's a strong word right there. A lot of hatred. Mm-hmm. So obviously we know that Usher right now, a confident, strong, certain man, a man who's got a dream, a vision. But we want to know what made you that way. So what made you become the man that you are? Because you've stated off camera and off all this that you had a hard time growing up. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start from a young childhood Usher. Mm-hmm. So you said you were surrounded by a lot of hatred. Yep. Please tell us a little bit more about that. So like, how did the hatred form? Was it primary school, high school? What was it?
So first of all, during my high school times, I used to get like hated by who I was and like how I spoke. Mm-hmm. And like for example, I'm a Muslim and I used to be called a terrorist just for that. And basically I hated myself for it as well because the fact that I've seen other people hate me, it became like who I was, and I started to hate myself.
Yeah. So it was the result of you going to high school, and people just picking on you, hating you for no reason. So were you like in a place which was like racially segregated? So you're like the only one of your own?
Oh no, I was like there was more like black and whites and Asian, but I've just got a hate because I've no. To be honest, like I don't know like why I got hated, but I do know like I wanted to achieve something in life, and other people didn't see me that way, and they hated on me the way I spoke, the way I behaved. Yeah.
So when you say they hate on you, how did you know that they were hating you? So what behavior were they displaying to you? Was it like mean jokes, or was it physical violence?
It started off as a mean joke, then it became into like a fight, and
yeah. So and at the time you said that you hated yourself, and you
I hated myself of who I was because I didn't have like a self confidence,
I see that, and they made fun of the way you spoke as well, and everything that didn't make you feel good. And how did your family respond to that? Your family know about that at the time?
The thing is, like, I never told them, so I kept it to myself. And if I did tell them, well, they would support me, but back then I kept it to myself, and I didn't tell anyone.
You just kept it straight to yourself. It's like, this is my fight, this is my battle. I don't want to burden anybody with it. So you kept it. That must have been very tough though to keep it all in by yourself like that. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because
to be honest, high school days are always like that. Obviously, I can relate to what he's saying, but it's just one of them. Like, people will experience that sort of thing through high school, because high school, they think they're the cool kids, Obviously, like, because of all the 4 years in high school, you will get picked on, you will get this and that, but that's the age we live in, and it's the time as well. Because obviously in high school, you're trying to fit in, you're trying to be cool, you're trying to do something that to make you stand out and make you look recognizable. And then sometimes they may see you differently. Obviously, like the things that he's trying to do something good with his future in life. But obviously, there's people out there that are trying to bring people down. But that's the thing. Like, if he can, withstand all that and became the person he is today, it's just a matter of time for other people as well.
Can do that. But the thing that's really interesting is that the loads of other people who have been bullied and haven't come out on the other side stronger. Some people, it cripples them, like stifles them for life. And I think it's really critical, especially when you're in that young age where you're in high school, you're in an impressionable age, like you're still trying to figure out who you are, you know what I mean? And people are beating down on you day in, day out. Yeah. So how long did that go on for? Was that for like through the whole of high school, from like year 7 to 11?
Yeah,
the whole 5 years.
The whole of like high school until I reached year 11, and I tried to become a better person. So back then I tried to surround myself with positive people, even though it didn't work very well, but I did try. So back then, like, people stopped like to hate on me, and I started to became more of myself,
Yeah. So is it like a change in environment?
Yeah.
That caused that? I think I can relate to that in the sense of being picked on as well, because I feel in life there are always going to be bullies. There are bullies everywhere. Like, you get it in like throughout childhood, and you get it in like in the adult places, or you get it in the workplace. You get that manager who picks on the employees, or you get that really boisterous manager or whatever who likes to pick on people. And I think one critical skill that's important to pick up, which helped me a lot when I used to get picked on, was learning to be able to stand up for yourself. And I think bullying in of itself it's a horrible thing, but it's something that's a critical skill for us to all face, because I feel like everyone's been bullied at one point, but it's important that we pick up the skill to be able to stand up for ourselves and grow from that. And for me, I remember in primary school, I think I was in year 5 or 6, there was a kid who used to pick on me. In really weird ways. He was kind of like pervy, so he like touch people's body parts. He like squeeze my butt, and you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, yeah, exactly. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is not. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is not okay, bro. Yeah, for real. And I remember, I used to get picked on. I'd be like, I'll go home crying to my mom. Like, Mom, I got picked on. And mom would talk to the head teacher, and she said, like, bro, Josh needs to learn to stand up for himself. So but of course that comes with confidence and that comes with support, yeah, which obviously you didn't have at the time. So I think support's an important thing, but learning to stand up for yourself is a very, very important thing, an important skill to develop. But we're going off sidetrack here.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
But
You're not to
you know what it is like. I've seen like the people those that hated on me.
Yeah.
They're not like where they should be. So like I've seen the people who like hate, who like made me go in a fight and stuff. They're just having like a normal life. They're not on their grind. You know what I mean? But I did see, whereas other people that didn't support me back then because they didn't know who I was. Now they know me now.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, sure, you're doing really well. This and that.
Yeah.
Keep going." So yeah.
So I see that. So the turning point for you, okay, of course, Han, you can relate as well. You've been through it. I want to hear both of your prospects. So what was the turning point? So of course, you've been picked on year 7 to 11, right? And then you start hanging out with more positive people. So like, what was the turning point? Was there a point where you thought like, man, nothing's ever gonna change for me. I'm always gonna be this way. Like, what happened? What was the turning point?
Well, the thing is, like, I never really found the right people in my life until I got to university. And that's because I think it's because of the environment that we live in. Because during my time in high school, like, I only had friends that that were in my class, you know, so they didn't really have the right, like, a mindset as me, a passion. So I started to, like, so I had no friends back then, but the only way that I would call like fake friends is by surrounding myself with them. You know.
So you found good people, and then that helped you
Yeah,
come out of it. That's good. So how about yourself? So finding a good support system is crucial. How about you, Han? Because Han, you're like the man right now. This guy Han right now. Those of you guys who don't know him, CEO owner. You know what I'm saying? You know, bodybuilder, like who's transformed his body, to a work of art. You know what I'm saying? Confident, certain man. So like, and he used to get picked on himself. So Han, what was the turning point? Like,
I would say my turning point was, in college when I left high school. Like, I picked a college where I know no one goes there. Like my friends, I want to start a new fresh page, like a new book, new chapter, like a new thing. I even like changed my name to my real name. Like I forgot that old English name of mine, which I regret a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I didn't really change. I used my real name and I started a new clean slate. But the real turning point didn't really started properly. Like the passion, that thing that fueled me to what's what I'm right now is when it was like in like probably when I started gym, started fitness, and when the right people came in was when I started the brand. When I started my own brand, that's when people start coming in and this and that. That's why I kept my circle very small. Like it's like for me, like my personal opinion, it's always best to keep your circle small as possible. If you're gonna have like 50,000 friends, which one of them are gonna be real? It's better to have like the amount of friends that you can count on your hands. Like I consider like you, my closest, my friends are always there for to support me and all that kind of thing. So that's one thing that I would rather keep around rather than having so many friends that when people say, "Oh, I got so many friends," like when like in high school, "Oh, I got so many friends." Like, but the thing is, which out of them friends will actually have your back? From then and now. So obviously, my turning point didn't really start till I actually wanted to do something with my life. Even though I regret a bit of it, like I wish I started a bit early, wish I started the fitness journey early, started my brand early, and this and that, but I guess I can say it's part of the process, Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you just have to, be patient and trust the process. Because sometimes, if you rush the process, you end up back to zero as well. You end up facing all the things that you shouldn't have, Just be patient with things that, you already have and just trying to work from that.
Yeah, I understand that. That's critical. That's key. So 2 points that Hans really highlighted there, which is the crucial part of having good people around you. I think having real friends, people who really support you, people who really care about your support system is important because you can't do this journey on your own. All right, but going back to Usher as well, you talked about having self-hate, so you really hated yourself. So like, how did you get out of that? Because I know there are lots of people who out there who really do hate themselves. They don't like who they are. So like, how did you go about? How did you change that?
How I transitioned that into like the person who I became today is like I started to love myself, so I really didn't give a shit on what anyone started to think about me. So I started doing the things I love doing. And
man.
so this is when I went to sixth form. So once I reached sixth form, of course, like I didn't have the right friends. I was trying to look for the right people because I always had like a mindset on like I always had a dream, you know, like where I'm gonna go in life. So I started to plan ahead, you know. So yeah, I started to plan ahead since then, and I remember like during my sixth form days, like even the teachers didn't show much of a support. Like they told me on my assignments, I'm not gonna achieve an A. I'm gonna achieve like a C or B. So from there, I worked hard on my assignments. Just like all I did from there was like gym and studies, like gym and studies, and that's about it. So I didn't really like speak to people. I was more of like a shy person, you know what I mean? So, and I didn't even get a chance to like, you know, like speak to girls as well. So I was like a very shy person then.
Man, it's crazy. Like you said, you touched upon some really, really good gems there. The first thing that you talked about when you said like the self-hate, I don't know if you guys picked up on that. He said he hated himself. And the moment it changed was when he decided he didn't care what anybody thinks and he started to do what you wanted to do. And I think that's such a critical thing when it comes to self-love, because you can tell someone doesn't love themselves through the behavior that they display. And a lot of people don't love themselves, but they don't even know that they don't love themselves.
Yep.
And I can relate to that on a high level in the sense of doing what you want to do and learning to be okay on your own, learning to be happy on your own for doing that. I remember it came out in a way, because like for me, for example, I've always been the guy who's confident, sure of himself, certain. And I remember when I turned, was it 19, 20, I got into my first mini relationship with a girl, and it exposed to me that I didn't love myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, I didn't love myself in that
Please
relationship.
tell me it's not that one.
It's that one. Yeah, it's that
that
one.
one.
We're not gonna go into the whole story,
Nah, we
right?
don't need to,
but
bruh.
I didn't love myself in that. And like, let me give you like examples of how you can tell you don't love yourself. Right. So it became apparent to me. You can tell you don't love yourself when you sacrifice all your own needs, the things that make you happy just to make other people happy. That's violence against yourself. That's when you do that, when you like sacrifice your own needs and you do things just to please other people, what you're really saying and what you're really training yourself to believe is that what you want is not important. I'm not important. Other people are more important. And you go into that self, pleasing other people. And I did that a lot in that relationship. And then it blew up in my face and I was hurt. And I was like, I can't believe she's left. How dare you? After all these things I've done for you, I bought you flowers. Right? You know what I'm saying?
You said it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As you leave, you know what I'm saying? But I think learning to love yourself is so important. Learning to put yourself as doing what you want to do, that's important. That's a very, very important thing. Is that something that you've experienced yourself, Han? In the sense of like learning to love yourself?
I personally didn't really care what people think about me when I was in high school. Like there were times I did try. I didn't try. I actually wanted to fit in, but there were times where you know what, I don't give a damn. I got things to do, like because obviously I had like one of my close friends. We just every lunchtime, break time, we go to the nearest room, which we call the media room, and we just jammed out. We were watching anime, Boondocks. You know, even though like he could have went out, but he chose to come and just chill out. Yeah. So that's something that I spent majority of high school just chilling in there. Like even though people say, "Oh, you're not socializing with other people," this and that, but the thing is, they're not socializing with me. What's the point of me? Why would I waste my energy and my time, my effort on chasing someone that they don't want to give me the same? Yeah. Like I would love to fit in with people. I would love to talk to people. I would love to try to talk to a girl, but you know what? They don't give me enough credit for myself, so I just went and done my own thing. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do your own thing to actually realize you are more worthy than anything else.
Man, I'm telling
you're
you,
destined for greatness. Every single one of you out there are destined for greatness, but you guys don't know that. You either spend your damn time with your friends, go out late night, do this, spend money, and then next minute wake up 6 a.m. trying to work your ass off again. There is no value there. You need to love yourself. You have to understand why you're on this planet and what your purpose is.
Exactly. And in order to do that, to love yourself, you have to spend time by yourself. Because like when you think about this, like in any relationship, when you learn to love somebody, how do you develop that love? You develop that love by spending time with them, right? Yeah, like you build those bonds by spending time. You have your ups, you have your downs, but you're always there. You're spending time together, and it's the same thing when it's with yourself. You need to do that. You need to know yourself, but to do that, you need to spend time by yourself. And people say like, I spend time with myself all the time. I go walking in the park with my dog. I'm by myself. That doesn't count, right? Spending time with yourself is like you sitting in a room, like right, taking yourself out alone, yeah, and having a conversation with yourself. You know, sometimes just having the honest conversations, asking yourself how you doing. And like when you first start doing it, it's kind of awkward. You're like, well, what do I talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Your mum comes in like, why are you speaking to yourself for?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes, you know, like literally just have it in your mind. Like, you know, just have a general conversation with
And
yourself. Yeah.
Also, another important factor is surrounding yourself with the right people. That I believe is because like if you surround yourself with the right people, they'll like push you through your ups and downs. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
they will help you get to where you want to be in life.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, do you think surrounded with people or surrounded with the friends that you believe they'll push you? People and friends are different.
The friends that will push you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Friends are a powerful thing. But it also comes back to loving yourself as well. Because, like, if you don't love yourself, how do you know whether someone is actually good for you or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what I find is it's so hard to walk away from people, like, who don't treat you right if you're not happy on your own. Like, because, like, I know some people can relate to it. Like, there have been times where there have been people I've hung out with who I knew were bad for me, but because like I wasn't happy with myself and because I wanted to fit in so much, yeah, you hang out with them, you stay with them because you think you're like, where else will I go? You know, it's scary being alone. But like, it comes back to me, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to let go. Like, how can you run? How can you leave? Yeah, when you're afraid to be on your own. You know what I'm saying? When you can just clutch on to like the hope that maybe if you hang on to these people, things will go to the way you want it to go. You know, I think that's so hard. So self-love is like it's one of the biggest things ever, man.
Damn right, bro.
Damn right, bro. Yeah, it's deep, man. But anyway, we'll get I'm sidetracked here. Yeah. But anyway, so carry on back into Usher's story. So so you've left now. You've got yourself some friends, good people.
So yeah, well actually, just before that, like how I became the right person and surrounded myself with the right people. So this is the story. So I went to university. So just before I went to university, I told myself, okay, this is the time where I just like change myself and have like confidence in myself. So I started doing the things that I love. For example, I started to make a YouTube page. So I started to share my things to the world, and I started to like let myself known to the people, you know, in order to become like confidence. So yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then you also, I believe, you found the gym as well, didn't you? So
yeah,
like
gym actually like helped me with this as well. Like get out my stress and build a physique that everyone would praise me for, you know.
Yeah, and Han did the same as well because Han he transformed his body as well. He got himself in the gym and then he turned into a machine. So Han, how did you get yourself into the gym? So like, what happened?
One of my close friends dragged me to the gym. You know, we didn't drag. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going gym. You want to come? I was like, yeah. Then from there on, it's just one of them.
Yeah.
For me, back then, it's more like I needed that little push to start me going, and then from there on, it just happened. Something burned inside me like a passion, but I couldn't thank that guy enough.
Yeah,
he's the other co-founder of the Lab Threads.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to O.
Shout out to O.
You know, he's the one who got me into the gym to actually, you know, made me who I am today. But the rest of it is more of, you know, passion. Yeah. I only got to this sort of, I would say, place due to, you know, I enjoy it. It's like something I'm passionate about. It's not something I force myself to do. And I wouldn't mind spending all the day or like a part-time shift in the gym to work on myself. You know, like, it's something that I'm passionate about. So some people say, oh, man, you love the gym too much. You stay too much, man. You don't be like, if I stay, it's my problem, not yours, man.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So
leave me alone.
But the rest of it, it's more like, you know, all I'm going to say is just passion. Like, if you're not passionate about the things you're doing, you know, what's the point in doing it? Are you doing it? You're doing it to please someone, you're doing it to this and that. Well, for me, I didn't do it to please anyone. I didn't care about, oh, I need people to see what I look like. Oh, I want to see this and that. No, I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to please this girl or please this guy. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
If
You know what it is, like most of the people in this world, like they say, oh, do you go gym to, you know, like to get girls and stuff, so it's not the way we see it, you know what I mean? So it's like to become a better person, just like
yeah,
you
them
said.
guys out there that were like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to go gym to get some girls. That's your problem, man.
Exactly.
Or there's the people that, oh, I want to go try and please someone. That's their problem. But my problem is, you know, I'm not here to please anyone. I don't have time to please anyone. Because if I do, then damn, you got a lot of time on your hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because time is so limited. Like throughout this whole diet and prep, I realized time is limited. If you think that, oh, I'm transforming my physique, show the whole world, I'm trying to get praise and this and that, then you know you got a lot of time, man. I don't know how you manage to get time because you know I got work, I got bills to pay. We all got bills to pay, but I don't know how you got time to praise, get this and that.
Yeah.
So I would always say, you know, focus on yourself. Don't try and please anyone. No one gives a damn. You know.
Yeah. Yes, that's the thing, man. If you please yourself, the right people will come to you. And you guys have all touched upon loads of key points. I'm like, so that's good. That's so good.
Yeah,
like,
man, Chizzy, where you stepping on stage, man?
Hey, so I'm saying, yeah, you might. Hey, and I'm gonna leave that to you guys. But leave that to you, Usher and Taf. Yeah, you guys love that stuff. But one thing that's really, really key as well that you guys said is that you guys all got into the gym and it was for yourself and it's for your own like personal development. And there are a lot of people who've got similar stories as well. Taf got a similar story as well. He talked about how he was low in confidence. He got himself in the gym and it transformed him. And one thing that is often I see a correlation in is, well, when confidence is built, it often comes from you breaking barriers, right? Breaking barriers and doing things that you didn't think you could do. So like, for example, with me, like I used to play football, but then you guys got me into the gym and I found that when I go into the gym, like maybe I'll set myself a target. You know, when you walk in to the gym and you're like the small guy and see that massive guy, is he like deadlifting 4 plates? Yeah, he's benching like 100 kg for reps and you see me, you're thinking like, I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I could. And then you stick at the gym long enough and then you see yourself doing that. I feel like it changes everything. When you break that barrier, when you think like, I couldn't do that, and then I am doing it, like it expands everything. It changes your beliefs about everything. So like you may think like, I'm a small timid guy who can't do anything. But like when you go into the gym, you dedicate your time to a goal and you achieve that goal. You think, if I could achieve that goal, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? And that's the key thing to confidence and changing yourself as well. You got to expose yourself to things that you may perceive as difficult, things that are going to challenge the view of yourself. Like one of my favorite personal development speakers is Tony Robbins, and what he used to do for people to break their beliefs about what they could do is he'll do like firewalks, so that they'll go in the back garden, right, and they'll like throw like a lake of fire and they'll be like, bro, walk across it. And then people are like, I can't walk across fire, it'll burn my feet. But he'll get him to believe that they could. They'll do the quick training, and within like 20 minutes, everybody was walking through the fire. You know, crazy things like that. But I think it's about doing things that push you beyond your barrier, doing things that, you know, get you outside of your comfort zone, that really break your beliefs and then expand the view that you have of yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty key. What do you guys think?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And this is why you will step on stage next year, bro.
I do that, man. I'm
Guys,
already working
mark
on
my
dream.
word.
Yeah, I'm already working on my dream, bro. I'm busy working on my dream. That's already pushing me outside my comfort zone. It doesn't have to be gym, right? But I think it has to be something that really, really gets you outside of your comfort zone to do that. So, but anyway, so like as you guys have progressed, I bet I can imagine that loads of the people who used to pick on you, loads of people who weren't very nice, I've started treating you differently. Is that like, how do you deal with that? Have you forgiven them, or is there still like a small part of you that's angry at what happened?
So the thing is like, since I became a better person, I started to forgive the people that have like shown hate and stuff. So you know, like the key is here. If you can turn negative people into a positive people, then that's amazing. You know, if we can do that. So yeah.
Yeah. So you reconciled with some of those people, and you're cool with some of those people now, or?
Well, the thing is, I never really spoke to the people that shown hate and stuff, but I do speak to people that have like shown love afterwards.
Yeah. That's beautiful. How about yourself, Han? Do you still hold resentment?
Not really. I never hold anything. Like for me, what's the point of holding things when it's just gonna keep you from progressing? Like people that bullied me in the past or call me names, which was already mentioned in a previous podcast. Like I have nothing against them. What's happened has happened in the past. We were kids, we were young, we were stupid.
Yeah.
But now we're adults. I don't. To be honest, I never had any grudge or hate towards them. Like you bullied me, fair enough, and now I'm changed. And they pop up to me now. I was like, I don't. That's calm. I still socialize you. I still talk to you.
Yeah.
Still treat you like a normal human being. But what
Yeah.
happened in the past is the past. You can't change the past.
Yeah.
Like obviously, them high school days are cruel. No kid should go through that.
Yeah.
But it's high school,
Yeah.
man. Every person has experienced high school. So what's happened in high school stays in high school. There's no point dragging it to college and dragging it to uni. That's just dragging unnecessary weight that you don't want.
Yeah. But do you feel that if you hadn't experienced the things you'd experience, you'd be the person you are today?
Yeah, like obviously, because I've got taught by my mum a lot. She showed me a lot of things. I spoke to her about what happened in high school every single day. I spoke to her the things that trouble me, and she gives me a lot of support and guidance. Even though she doesn't speak English or can't come to school and just talk to the head teacher, this and that, just to tell me you don't have long left in high school. You got this. You only got a couple of days left, or a couple months left.
Yeah.
Just deal with it. Just grind. Just grip your hand, just grind as hard as you can. Just obviously, you're not gonna be in high school for the rest of your life. You still got the whole future ahead of you. So mama always support me throughout the whole them day. So I respect my mama here, mama Han. So obviously, I don't. She said if you hold on to a lot of hate, a lot of grudge, it'll just weigh you down, and not in terms of physical, but mental wise. That's the thing that you don't want. Your mental side of you is the strongest side of you. That's the thing that gets things done.
Yeah. Because it can poison you when you hang on to it. So like let's say there's somebody who's been bullied and picked on, and they want to let go of what's happened, but they don't know how. Like what advice would you give them? Like how can you help somebody let go of the pain of the past?
For me, it's you just gotta deal with it, man. Sometimes the things that you experience, the pain and all that, you can either turn it into a good thing or turn it into a bad thing. It's up to the person, the person himself. Because obviously, I didn't get any advice from friends or teachers or what I've got bullied in high school. I've experienced it in real life. I've experienced it head on. There's no point in me going snitching to a teacher. I get even bullied more. If you say, "Oh, he's bullying me," after high school, you get your ass whooped even more. So obviously, I just just deal with it. Just face it head on. Because obviously, even though you're gonna face some hardships and all that, but the thing is, again, you're not gonna stay in high school for the rest of your life. Sometimes you have to experience the bad things to actually sit back right now when you listen to this podcast and say, "Damn, I could have been a much better person if I just done all this." Because obviously, if you understand what struggle, hard work or pain understands, then obviously you'll get far in life. But if you don't understand, you don't understand the coolness and you get given everything on the plate. When you actually understand what pain or struggle is, it's too late, man.
I hear that. Now that's deep. Wait, what do you think?
Let me tell you something. So I had work 2-3 days ago, and I had a beef with one of my workmates. So this is the way how I became friends with him now. So me and him had a bit of argument, and he was the same age as me. So I felt like after work, there's no point having a grudge, on someone. I'm gonna feel bad for myself. He's gonna feel bad. So the way I let that go, we apologize to each other, and I handle my business on my own. I could have told my supervisor, but I didn't. So I really took the full responsibility to myself, So and then we shaked hands and we went home happily.
Yeah. That takes a lot of confidence and self-assurance. You can tell you've grown as a person to be able to do that. That takes real strength. I think for me, when it comes to forgiving and letting go of grudges, I think one thing that also helps, that sometimes helps me do that, is understanding that people only make decisions based on their level of rationalization. So what that means is that, when people attack you right? It's never like a personal thing. It's never like, like I just want to attack him and make him feel bad. Normally, it's the people who are unhappy within themselves or people who are hurting that attack other people.
Exactly.
Right? Like happy people don't hurt other people. It's only wounded people that go out looking to wound other people because they're unhappy.
Exactly.
And I think when you really understand that and you take that on board, you're able to not take things personally and you're able to look at the person and be like, oh, look at them. Yeah, they're hurting right now. That's why they're attacking me. And that doesn't mean that, you allow it and it's like, oh, you could hurt me. But it means that you don't take it personally and you don't hold that grudge.
Yep.
Basically.
For example, like I've experienced this kind of like the same thing on like social media. So like a few weeks ago, there was this guy he actually texted me on the gram. So he was like, "Oh look, yeah, you're not all about aesthetic. You're like 20% fat. You know what I mean?" So I looked at his page.
Wait,
like,
hang on. He considers you 25% body fat.
Yeah. So I looked at his page. I'm like, what is this guy provides to the world?
Yeah.
So like he had no photos of himself.
Yeah.
He had no like people that supported him. You know, like he only had like probably like 2 or 3 people on his page supporting him. But that's about it. But yeah, like the people that shows like that throws like a negativity in you, like other people that I believe are having a bad life to themselves.
100%, man. Like when you're happy, you do not go out of your way to hurt other people. Like you can feel it when yourself. Like when I'm in a good mood, I'm like, I walk in the door and I'm like, hi guys. You know what I mean? You gotta be good to everyone. It's like, let's hear some good things for you and you and you, right? You're generous. You vibe. You just want to chill.
That sort of thing, does that bother you? Do you think that should be the thing that you should be focused on? Do you think you just, he said that? Do you think you can just leave it? Or just don't give a damn on what he said?
Thing is, I don't even give a damn, to be honest. I have a goal, so I just like keep on focused on that. I get support from the people that shows love. So what is the point? Like getting out of my way to listen to people that shows like a negativity. You know what I mean? There's no point.
It does nothing for you, man. Negativity does nothing for you. You want people who are positive, who can encourage you. And I think that even in all walks of life, like kind of like what Han was talking about before, he said you're gonna experience pain. You're gonna come up against opposition. You can come up against people who don't believe, people who you're gonna try to attack you. But it's important that you push through. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you're positive and you believe in what you're doing, and you've got people in your corner who believe in you and believe in what you're doing as well, nothing is impossible for you. I mean, like, nothing is impossible. There are tons of people out there who allow the people to talk them out of what they want to do because, they're like, oh, this person doesn't like what I'm doing. And one good example is I was listening to, like, Kevin Hart's interviews, and he was talking about his early days. That there was one gig that he did where he was doing his comedy, right? And he was new to this. So he did his comedy skit. And I think the audience didn't like what he was doing. They're like, "Whoa, you suck!" Right? I think someone threw something at him. I think they threw food at him, and he was proper hurt by it. And I think was it the manager at the place that he was doing his comedic skills? Like, bro, you're not going anywhere. You have no career in this. You might as well do something else. And he was proper hurt. So he went away to his boys, and the boys were in the circle just chilling. And he was like, guys, I can't believe this. The manager at the comedy club said I'm not going anywhere. And his boys were like, so what? And Kevin's like, what do you mean, so what? I'm hurt. He said I can't do anything. They're like, forget him, Kev. You can still do it. You got to believe in yourself. And then he stuck at it, right? He stuck at it. And then, years down the line, you see him now busy selling out football stadiums. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he allowed that one guy or that one bad experience to stop him from doing what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to what you're saying, like pushing through negativity. People are going to come attack you. Negativity is going to come, but you got to keep going.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of people fall short in the area of consistency, being able to keep going, because it's consistency that brings results. Like statistically, like when you look at it, everybody has a capability of doing anything. We can all do anything. Like you could be the next Steve Jobs if you wanted to be. He doesn't. I could, if I really put my mind to it, and if I really, really wanted to do it. But in order for me to gain the skill set to be able to do that, I need to one, be consistent, and 2, I need to believe in what I'm doing.
Yep.
Because it's consistency that brings the results, right? So if you're consistent and you stick at something, you've got the goal, this is what I want to do, this is the vision, you will acquire the skill set. And over time, you get what you want, right? But it's the people who are consistent that do that. A lot of people lack in one of the two areas. One, lacking consistency. Some people believe, but they're too lazy to get themselves to do it. And you got other people who don't believe, and because they don't believe, they're not consistent. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
you need the two things. So kind of going back full circle to what we're talking about. We're talking about A, having good people, good support system, a good support system that helps you, and two, not allowing the negativity to stop you. Like water off a duck's back. Like I can imagine, Han, you've started your clothing line, Lab Threads. I can imagine you come up across opposition.
Of course, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you'll come up with negativity everywhere you go, not just with like building a brand, but building a self-image. You'll always get negativity. Some negativity may be good, like in terms it may. Like, I'm gonna show you I can do this, that sort of thing. But that's all bants. But negativity is not good, but obviously, like I said, it can be good if you know how to use the negativity wisely. Some people will if they get negative, I'm gonna crash and go McDonald's, get a 5-course meal, spend like £15 on like McDonald's. And then there's some people can handle negativity and just use it as their fuel. Obviously people can use positive to your fuel, but you can only use a certain amount of positive to fuel you to a certain length. Obviously there's a yin yang, Obviously we have a positive and negative inside of us. We all got positive, we all got negative inside of us, but it's just a balance, you got to find that right balance to keep yourself going, because if you're gonna have all positive everything, like every single day of your life, it's like gonna be fueling you for the whole day or whole life, what if you run out of positivity,
Exactly.
Then obviously you have to understand that negativity could be used as fuel.
Yeah, it can be, man. I think it's about reframing the negativity as well. Like I think like anyone who's like an entrepreneur or looking to do something, I think you're gonna come across two things. I think you come across of course negativity, and you come across frustration. And I don't know about you guys, but when you're trying to do something, you'll experience frustrations. There'll be times where you're trying to do something and it's not happening the way you want it to go, right? And like Han said, you gotta reframe it or put it in a way that's gonna help you do better. Like I remember there was a period in my time where I used to be into personal training. So I was a qualified gym instructor. I don't think I've told you guys. Yeah, I don't think I've told you guys this. But there was a time where I was like, let's get chiseled. Yeah, I was like a gym instructor. I remember I was PTing people for cheap as well. And at the time I was struggling hard. Times were not good at the time. But I was too proud to ask my mom for help. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I said I've quit my job. I'm doing this. So I remember I had no money, so I'd walk 3 miles to the gym to train people. And I was getting peanuts for it, next to nothing. And I was so frustrated. And one thing that I had to learn was how to reframe tough situations to make you want to keep going. What I normally do, what a lot of people tend to do, is when you experience frustration, you find ways to escape rather than dealing with it. So one thing that my way of escape was I'd buy digestives. So I love digestives. So I go to Asda and I buy loads of digestives and I just eat. I'm like, I'm so upset right now, and then be down for a couple of days and then try come up again. But I think one key thing is being able to reframe it. So look at it in a different way. Because if you look at it in a sense of woe is me, I'll never come out of this. You won't. You can have a hard time.
Even the more successful people that are in this world right now, even they get hated. You know what I mean? So if you can turn a negative into a positive, then you're doing very good.
Yeah.
For example, on my page, on my YouTube page, I get 5, 6 but do I really give a damn? I don't. So if I stay consistent and provide the right thing to the right people, then of course they'll love it.
They'll take it.
When building a brand, it's not just building a brand anymore. It's more if you're building a brand, you're building a self-image. Obviously, you as a person, if you're into fitness, you're building a brand yourself. You are the brand. So you'll face negativity. You'll face all sorts of different types of negativity. There's so many different types of negativity, man. There's not just one negativity. There's so many, man. But it just depends on how well you handle it. If you handle it well, that's great, man. You'll go far in life. You handle it bad, they will make you look like a joke. Sometimes it's not just building a brand or building a self-image. You just have to understand that building you or the brand takes time. You'll face hardship, you'll face negativity, you'll face all types of hard struggle things. But I think that's the best best experience and best process. You will enjoy the process. Like if you get haters, that's great, man. Send them a free package, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Here you go, guys.
Here you go, man.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, this is you. This is your brand. Whatever you do, make sure that you stick to your core values. The things like that. Why you're doing this, as long as you understand why you're doing this, what's the purpose, your passion, nothing can penetrate that wall between you and your goals. Because obviously negativity could hurt, but the thing is, like, I've heard so many stories of people, I got attacked by negativity, or I'm this and that, feeling sorry for themselves, but at the same time, how long are you going to feel sorry for yourself? Are you going to make any moves? Because them pieces on the chessboard it's not going to take that long. The people that know how to play chess can actually finish you in one go. But if you take too long, you're going to be there forever, man. So if you know how to play, if you know how to move each piece accordingly and correctly, you'll succeed in life, man.
Yeah, that's true. And you touched upon something very, very important there. Like, in the terms of not feeling sorry for yourself, I think that's the first way to live an empowered life, to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Right? It sounds like harsh. Like,
it is harsh.
It's like, it does sound harsh, but it's the truth, man. Like, when you feel sorry for yourself, like what you're really saying is you allow yourself to become a victim of your circumstance. So you're like, it's so bad, it's so poor. It's a disempowering place to begin. You have to come to the point where it's like, I'm in control, I'm responsible for my life, and I have the power to change it. Like when you understand that, that's the beginning of change. That's the beginning of transformation. So it's important. Don't feel sorry for yourself, man. You can't do that.
Then one quick advice is to anyone: you'll feel much more sorry for yourself if you realize that time is not on your side. Like when you realize that, oh man, I don't have much time. That's when you will feel sorry for yourself. So you better start focusing on your goals and passion now. Yeah. Like. I'm gonna bring this. Sorry, City, man, Manchester City, all them experience. I got one colleague. She prefers to sleep 12 to 14 hours a day, and I ask her, why do you sleep so much? Because I like it. I was like, don't you want to work on your passion or your goals? I can do that when I'm older, but time is limited. She said, is it? She said she's using the young card, innit? Like, I'm still young, I still got time. But when you realize to that point when you actually want to start on your focus on your business or your goals or your future job, and you understand that time is not on your side, that's when you'll feel sorry for yourself the most. And that's something that I don't think that you can actually get off your mind, because you'll be always holding on to that, like, I wish I started early, innit? So obviously, to the young people, okay, I always tell myself, oh man, I don't have hope for the young people, because obviously they're doing all these crazy things, non-beneficial things for the future, for themselves. But it's just, if you know what you're doing, go do it now. Live free. Sacrifice a few years of pleasure for decades of freedom, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. It puts things into context when you look at it like that. And I think a lot of people feel pressured, like, to be somewhere in life at a certain point. And I think that it's good to find your purpose. It's good to pursue it. But I think it's also important to also understand that when you're pursuing your dream and your vision, like, it's going to happen when it happens. Like, I think a lot of people, like, of course, I'm using the young card, going back to the young card. We're young and everything. But you have to understand that certain things won't happen for you overnight. And that's the thing. So, like Han said, it's important. If you're young right now and you know what you want to do, boy, get on the grind right now. Yeah, and hustle and put in the time.
It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just bit by bit. And okay, you're young, bit by bit. Just maybe like a block here today, a block there today. Yeah. It doesn't have to be, you have to work your ass off 12 hours a day to work on your goals. Yeah. If you don't want to, you're still young, you still got schools and still got coursework to focus on. You just add tiny bits to that foundation of your dreams.
A little at a time. And it goes back to consistency as well. Yeah, just a little bit at a time, man.
So for example, if you focus on yourself on 365 days a year, that's 365 blocks.
Literally. Imagine, think about that. Like, you spend an hour a day just doing or working on your purpose every day consistently. That's 365 hours. Yeah. That's a lot. You could do a lot in that time, bro. Yeah, so just, again, consistency.
So, if you start young, you can go really far. Like, it's no point, doing, chasing your dreams. If you're like 40 years or 50 years, you know what I mean? Like if you're young, you have like so much opportunities ahead of you. So and so much more to achieve in life.
So much. You
Like I said, I do hold a bit of regret not starting early. That's the thing. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, I still hold a bit of regret. Why didn't I start fitness early? Why didn't I start my brand early? Why didn't I find that passion that fueled me early?
Yeah.
You know, why did I do it? Like, found it when I was 18. Why can't I do it when I was 16?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's holding me back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's already done. You know. The thing is, I still hold a little regret inside of me, but I'm still getting things done.
Yeah.
I'm still, like, let's say, I'm still trying to catch up to the winner. Or if I want to start at 16, I'm trying to work my ass off for, let's say, let me catch up for 2 years.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, this year, it's more like I went down slope a bit because I was focusing on the prep, the bodybuilding. So I couldn't focus on my brand or anything, which that's something that I'm really disappointed in. So obviously, like, time is something precious. You know, I wish I could just focus on both things at the same time, but I can't. I couldn't. I tried my best.
Yeah.
But that's mean I wouldn't able to sleep.
Yeah.
But then I'll be like sleeping for 1 hour or 2 hours a day, which is not recommended. Like what Toqeer said, you know, 8 to 9 hours is recommended for a human being.
Yeah.
Anything less, let's say you're not utilizing 100% of your energy.
Yeah, you said something critical there, man. As in, like, of course, time is important, man. And I think, like, if you're young right now, you're listening to this podcast, like, please apply it. What we're saying, right? Apply it early because it'll save you years of pain. Yeah, if you just do it now. Second thing Han also touched upon is trying to do too many things at once. And I think, like, one thing you have to understand, like, if you want to be exceptional, like, really, really, really good at something, it's important you pick one thing, do one thing at a time, and master it. Like, yeah, you cannot serve two masters. You know what I'm saying? You can't, there are a lot of people who are like the jack of all trades. Like, they're reasonably good at everything. But when you look at the people who are exceptional, they've chose one thing here and they dedicate a lot of time and energy into that one thing, because you can't thrive to the highest level to become the go-to guy in a certain field if you're trying to chase multiple different things. You know what I'm saying? So I think one key point or one great piece of advice is pick what you want to do and then put your energy into creating that vision that you want to do. And of course, within that vision, there are going to be multiple things, but spend your time integrating things that are going to line up with your path. You know what I'm saying? So for example, hey, Josh, I'm a peak performance coach. So that means I coach people. I do talks, right? I do talks, but I want to do talks, but things branch off from that. So I want to do talks, but I also want to be able to write books. Boom. I want to be able to do video courses. Boom. See, like, it's all in line with the purpose, but I've chose one thing. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, Ronaldo. Boom. Football. Football is the core thing. Sick at that. Amazing. And out of that, out of being amazing and outstanding at that one thing, he's got other things. Underwear brand. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. He's got his own, has he got his own lotion? Is it lotion or fragrance? I don't know. He's got something.
He's got something, man.
He's got something.
He's always got something, man.
Yeah. So I think I just pick one thing and then master it. Yeah. So like, what's the most valuable piece of advice you could give somebody, like, or the most valuable lesson you've ever learned? Because like both of you guys have experienced a lot, man. You've been through a lot for people so young. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that I really want to give to people is staying consistent on what you love. I really believe that's very important on what you want to achieve in life. Staying consistent.
And how does one person be consistent? Like, if you can be consistent, like, if you got any pieces of advice to help somebody could be struggling with consistency.
If you can, first of all, you need to plan on what you're doing. Like, write goals on a piece of a paper. Write a target, a weekly plan, a weekly goal and a daily goal. Two different things. So if you can master on how to get there, then you're all set, man.
Powerful, right there. Writing it down, that's a key thing. Writing it down makes a massive difference. Yeah. Gonhan, how about yourself? Valuable life advice, like the most valuable thing that you've ever learned.
Visualize, thrive, conquer, learn, adapt, build.
Dang, you went there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's always been there since the get-go for me, man. Since I started all this.
Yeah.
And like this year, my last and next advice is I will become better. That's what I've been doing. That's, to be honest, I only adapted I will become better since my first competition. Like, since leaving that competition that day, I had to tell myself I will become better no matter what.
Yeah.
That I and that will.
Yeah.
means two different things.
Yeah.
You can either do it or
Yeah.
you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You either succeed or you don't, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing to do. Is it's all about action, man. If you don't take action on the things you want to do, well, if you don't get far in life, then you know why.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, man.
Sometimes you just gotta face things hard, just face things harsh, and to actually understand,
Yeah.
your purpose in life.
Yeah.
If you don't understand, like, why you're doing it, then it's no point you thriving on the things you want. Like, oh, I want to become this, I want to become that. Of course, you got to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put in the work, it doesn't happen. Like I
Yeah.
said, Rome wasn't built overnight, or
Yeah.
things didn't happen overnight, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So you just got to put in the work,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. Like. We can all sit here and talk, all happy. We can all talk about this and that. Talk is just words, words that have been recorded through this mic, words. But out of that front door there, that red door there, is all action. If you don't put in action, nothing happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyone can talk, but when it comes to
Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
where's it at, man?
Yeah, this
right.
is it. And a lot of people know the stuff that we talked about. They know, like, I know this. I've been to all the
Yeah,
seminars.
all
I watched
they-
all the
all they
videos.
know.
Yeah, I've watched Ray Frisella. Was it Adi Frisella?
bruh,
Yeah.
bruh.
sorry, Andy.
Bro, yeah, they know, but they say, I heard this already. Okay,
Yeah.
5 minutes later, eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 minutes later, watching TV. Oh, 5 minutes later, spending like on Instagram for the whole day. That's
Yeah.
And that is why like action speaks way much
Yeah.
louder than words. So-
Trust me, action's important. I think that's like one of the first lessons I ever learned. Like, I remember when I first got into like personal development and like you guys get like becoming more for myself. I remember I read a book called Way of the Superior Man, and I think I opened like, it was like page 3, like the third page of the book, and like it slapped me in the face, bro. Yeah, I was like, when you read a book and you get triggered, you get upset. Yeah, the guy said this in the book. He said this. He said, what does it say? That man's greatest deceptive belief is to think that fundamentally one day things will be better. So I was like, rah, I had to read that twice. So basically what the guy was saying is that, kind of like Hans said, nothing will change for you until you do something differently. And I know there are loads of people out there who probably, like some of you guys who may be listening, may be in a place where you think like, I'm going to start my dream, I'm going to start working on this, or one day, maybe you're in a bad relationship right now, an abusive relationship, and you're figuring like one day it's going to get better. One day things are just going to fall into place. And you have to understand this. For things to get better for you, for things to change, something must change. Something different has to happen. You have to do something different to get a different result. It's insanity to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's absolutely crazy. So if you're unhappy with your life right now, something has got to change. Like you can't just sit there and then just hope things will change, because they won't. Like, and that was one of the deepest. Like when I read that, I was like, oh. I was so angry with all that. I was like,
many vision came to it,
Yeah, it fully did, and I think that's probably one of the most valuable lessons I've ever learned. Understanding that everything goes by cause and effect. Right? If you want different, you gotta do something different. Say, do something different. Yeah, try something new. Try a different approach. If you don't, you're gonna stay in the same place.
And another thing is like have like a patience in yourself. Like things don't happen overnight. So if you want to change your dreams, it'll take time, you know. But as long as you you work for it, then yeah.
That's the thing. That's another key point. That's an important point as well. Your patience as well. Being patient with yourself and patient with these circumstances. But as long as you're taking action, you'll be okay. Like if you're not taking action, you need to do something. You need to really start doing something. Really reevaluate what you're doing. But once again, be patient with yourself. It's a journey. Little by little, it comes. Little by little, it shows.
Like we all love to have fun. We all love to play and do nothing, just chill. But
oh man, yeah.
you can do that whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all the people out there that, like, I think, I actually 100% guarantee that people will be like, oh, man, these guys are too serious, always talk about work. Where,
yeah.
We all have fun, in our own time when we think we deserve it.
Yeah.
But, like, there are guys out there that will say all this, but, what we do, man.
Yeah.
We just got to work and then, have fun later, man.
Exactly.
It's not like have fun now and then work later. Keep going, man. There's people that I'll have fun today and work tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Then do it tomorrow. It just procrastinates, man.
For example, like I just want to say, for example, like in a book, like some people find it's like to read a book is very boring because it's how long the book is.
Yeah.
But if you actually like read it very well, like keep on going, you can actually like finish that book like in a matter of like a minute. It depends how big the book is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like just digesting things in small chunks. And a lot of people, like kind of like what Han said, a lot of people may think like this is so serious and so stern. These guys don't have fun. We have a lot of fun. And I think the two things like you got to understand as well is one, like you pursuing your dream doesn't mean that you can't have fun and do other things because it's balance. You know what I'm saying? It's about you got to reason with yourself. Like it's ridiculous to work all the time and think that I don't have time for play. You go crazy. So there's a time for that. There's a time to play. It doesn't mean you lose out on your relationship. You can have both. You know what I'm saying? If you balance your time well. That's a very, very critical thing. You can do both. It doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice one. Yeah, you can have both. And two, doing something that you enjoy. If you do something that you enjoy, you're having fun all the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's important as well. I think that's very important. Is there anything else anyone wants to add? Everyone's just dropped balls today. Yeah, it's like, whoa, fire in the booth. Yeah.
That's Toqeer, man.
Toqeer. Yeah, Toqeer's
yeah,
not
all
here
these
with us.
topics and all that, man.
Yeah, he's got loads of
and
things.
host.
Yeah. Okay, I'll drop one more gem, which may help you guys. This may sound like nonsense, but another valuable lesson that I've learned is the power of emotional states. This will help you. So think about this: what makes the difference in people's ability to do something? So, like, I don't know if you guys have experienced this. Maybe there've been times where you've been amazing, you've been brilliant, like everything's just ticking. You're in flow, and everything's just happening. And then the days where you're acting stupid and things aren't happening for you, and thinking like, what is wrong with me? You're clumsy. What's the difference between that? Right? The difference is the emotional state that you're in. So, the emotional state that you're in largely dictates the abilities that you're able to demonstrate at any moment in time. So think about this: when you are feeling confident. When you're feeling strong, when you're feeling certain, you make completely different decisions than when you're feeling fearful, timid, and afraid, right? You make completely different decisions. And the people who succeed normally spend more of their emotional time in stronger emotional states. So more time feeling strong, more time feeling certain, more time feeling brave, more time feeling courageous. Spend more time in that realm. And then there's another realm, which is people feeling, timid, afraid, resentful. You got self-hate. You got all those negative emotional states that can destroy you, right? Now, what you also got to understand is that the emotions you experience on a consistent basis are just habits, right? They're literally just habits. If I was to get everyone to write down the emotional states that they experience in a week, most people won't be able to write you more than 12, anywhere near more than 12. Some people will be like around the realm of 8. Like, I only experience 8 emotions. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, I'm frustrated. Sometimes a little bit of happiness. Yeah, but for the most part, a lot of sadness, right? You got to retrain all that. And how you retrain all this is there are different ways you can do this. So you can do this through the way you habitually move your body. This sounds crazy, but the way you feel comes also from the way you move your body. Those two are connected, right? So when you think about somebody who's sad and you're like, that person's sad, how do you know that they're sad? You can tell they're sad because you can see it in the body, right? The posture's low, their head is tilted low, they talk quietly, their breathing is kind of shallow. You see it in the body, right? It manifests in the body. So through the body. So just by you changing the way you habitually move your body, so standing strong, and you have to habitually do this, standing strong, standing straight, walking as if you're confident, even though you may feel scared inside, that will change the way you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is change the way you speak, the words that you use. So the words that you use affect the way that you feel as well. So if you use disempowering words, the way you talk about yourself, if you use self-deprecating humor, you're like, I'm so rubbish, and everybody laughs. You need to stop that. Self-deprecating means stop it. Start talking in the way that you want to become. So Han said it before. Han touched on it, and he was talking about the one thing he says, I will be better. I will be better. He repeats that to himself. These are empowering words that are going to help him feel certain that he can change his reality. You know what I'm saying? Strong emotional states, right? So 1, the way you move your body. 2, what you say, the way you speak. A third, the last thing that you can do is what you focus on. So once again, you're going to experience negativity. You're going to experience times that are hard. But if you change your focus, and instead of asking what's wrong, ask yourself a different question, which is, what can I learn from this? What can I do to change my reality? What can I do to become better? You know what I'm saying? When you ask yourself different questions, you get different answers. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you focus is through questions, right? So when you think about thinking, what's thinking? All thinking is asking and answering questions. That's it, right? So you probably already asked yourself a question. Some of you guys are probably saying, "Oh, that's true." If you're saying that's true, you probably asked yourself a question already. Unconsciously, you asked yourself a question: Is that true? Can I relate to that? You know, say that's what thinking is. You're just asking a question and you're answering it. That's what it is. So if you become aware of the questions you habitually ask yourself, and you ask yourself better, more empowering questions, you get different answers. Different answers change the way you feel. If you change the way you feel, you make different decisions. You make different decisions. You have a different life. You know what I'm saying? Bars. So emotional states are you know what I'm saying? So emotional states are one of the biggest things ever. Like I said a lot there, so some of you guys may not be familiar with that. But like listen to this over and over again and take it in. Because if you can master your emotional states, you win.
Yeah, man, it's like my first bodybuilding competition. Obviously, like after leaving the event, you know, like, you know how I felt. Like you know, you were there when you saw how I felt. Like, like I felt so disappointed. You know, like even though I'm not gonna make like I left the venue. I didn't want to make any excuses. Yeah, but I told myself I will become better. So throughout that week or peak week, the second back-to-back peak week, which guys, it's not fun doing like 2 peak weeks on one go, but you know, like I always tell myself I will become better and better, and you know, the second bodybuilding competition I came in much more better,
way better. It was ridiculous how
like,
quickly.
Like I only change certain things, like toward my diet, how I approach my training, but it's just I dedicated more times towards it. I've researched and done things differently. You know, sometimes like for all the upcoming bodybuilding athletes out there, you know, sometimes the certain methods that you know your idols do might not work for you. You know, sometimes you have to experience it now. So obviously you see how it works for your body. Then you know if it doesn't work for your body, change it. Do a different method. If it doesn't work, change it. Just fine until you find that right method. Because it took me less than 24 hours to find that right method for me. That's how, you know, I came in much more better like my second bodybuilding competition. Even though, like, I'm not gonna lie, I still left the venue disappointed still. You know, you can never be satisfied. Like, I'm happy, but I'll never be proud or satisfied. You know, with it. That's why I'm taking this off season. I'm going off season as soon as, like, on Friday. And, you know, to get better, you know, simple, like within like a year, it's not a lot of time left. I don't have a lot of time to, you know, work. So I've got only a minimum time to work on my body. But the thing is, every single day I say, I will become better. I will become better. You know, I'm not out here like, oh, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna come in like, you know, the best in this. You don't know that. You know, never tell yourself I'm gonna win this or I'm gonna like beat anyone because you don't know that. Like if it happens, it happens. But you don't know that. Don't feed the ego. If you feed the ego, then that's pretty much it, man. That's game over. Throughout the past 2 competitions I've been to, I never fed my ego. I never said, "Oh, I'm better than this guy." Oh, I got this and that. Like, you know, after the competition, I even asked the whole team, even you, like, what do you think I should improve? I took it on the chin. Like, I took everything on board, even though like there were things that, oh man, I wished I did this, that, you know. Like, I wish I came in much better because obviously there's things that you guys said to me, feedback and all that, opinions. I wished, you know, I could have worked on it even more, but it is what it is. But the only thing I can do is take it on board and work on it. Even though it, like I even said to you guys, just tell me the honest truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's the best. That's the only way you can learn. Sometimes when people tell you like this and that, but what if a friend like yourself, like, you know, you guys, like my whole team and all that tells me the truth, I'll believe you guys because you guys are the people in my circle, the smaller circle I kept my circle small. You guys are the people that will tell you the honest truth. Like, friends can be something else, but the closest friends will tell you the truth because they want you to succeed. They want you to, you know, progress into the person you want to be. Like, you know, like Chizzy always has so high regards to me, man. Always want me to do my best. So he's the type of guy that would actually want me to succeed. So that's what I ask him. What do I need to improve? So the guys out there, you have the closest friends. You know, you have to ask them, what do you think you improve? If they tell you, oh, you don't have anything to improve, then they're not your closest friend. They don't want you to improve. They don't want you to succeed. The people that say, oh, this is why you're lacking. Oh, this is you don't have. Oh, you should improve on this. That's your close friend because they want you to do better. They always want you to do better. They're your closest friends.
Man, I'm telling you, the power of a friend like that. Man, I'm blessed to have you guys as well. Yeah, Tav, Toqeer, yourself, Usher. Like, honestly, when you have people who really care about you, like, be connected to good people.
And like, this is the thing, like, to surround yourself with like good people, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like during my time in high school, like I was like the popular guy. I had like a bigger circle, but then after I've learnt like having a small circle, like having the right friends that can trust in you and help you out, and that's what changed my life, you know, like having the right people in your life.
Yeah, it's powerful. Right, guys, you know, we're running out of time here. We're gonna have to cut the podcast short, but this has been fire. Like the bars that have been dropped today, the gems have been immaculate. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Usher, for joining us.
Thank
It's been
you
a
so
pleasure.
much, man. You too.
Always a good time. Han dropping the gems as usual.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna be signing out, guys. Toqeer will be back with us at the next one. But love, peace to you all. Have a wonderful and powerful week, and apply everything you heard in this video. It'll change your life. All right. Good night, people.